Hello and welcome to Rebs Tries It, and as you may be able to tell from the start of this video, I recently ran the Cambridge Half Marathon and I did it with no training. So today I'm going to be taking you through the course. You can see some of the scenery, capture some of the atmosphere, and also take you through my thoughts as I run my first half marathon. The course starts out on Jesus Green and you run around to Elizabeth Way. This is a really beautiful bridge where you can actually see rowers rowing as you run over. We then pass through Chesterton and back to Jesus Green where we get to see the Jesus Green Lock. And then continues on to Northampton Street. At this point it's 5k in and honestly it doesn't really feel like it because there's already been so much to see and the adrenaline was pumping. The route then runs down the backs and goes over Garrett Hostel Bridge, known by students as Orgasm Bridge because of the feeling as you cross over the top of it on a bike. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of people that are walking here. When crossing this bridge it's really beautiful, as you can see to the left the really nice Clare Bridge here with a punter going underneath it. Then continue on to Garrett Hostel Lane where it's really nice old bricks on each side, which then brings us round and on to King's Parade with the Senate House to the right and King's College up ahead, which we actually get to run through. This is really busy. You can often hear a name being called here with support.
Keep going!
Now, I was actually really surprised when in King's College there was a T-Rex dancing. But this is a scenic route and actually you'll find there's a lot of photographers here. So I'll insert a couple of the pictures that I had taken of me. And you may not believe it, but all these photos were actually free and available after the event because of the QR code I had on my bib. It continues back over Trinity Bridge, which at this point had a punter going underneath it, so it was super scenic. And then out back onto the backs. And here you can see some of the atmosphere with live musicians playing, as well as people cheering on, particularly cheering on past Fitzwilliam Museum. And now we begin the less populated part of the run out towards Grantchester. It still does have supporters, including a steel band. This is slightly out of the city, but it really shows how beautiful Cambridge is with the city and then being greenery really close by. As you can see, there's some really, really beautiful open fields, which we're able to run through with some massive hay bales and actually even some sheep. I mentally prepared myself for this as 4 5Ks, of which the third one is just the one that I have to get through. So then in through mile 8 we're coming into the main part of the village of Grantchester. There's actually a live webcam here, which was really great for my family to be able to see where I was, and you can actually see me looking pretty tired here as I was the Cambridge Distillery. At this point I was beginning to feel the effects of probably not having eaten enough. It's then a very short hop over to the village of Trumpington. Then after Trumpington it's a straight shot back through mile 10 and mile 11 towards Cambridge, where we're then greeted by really loud sights and sounds again to help us through those final few kilometres. This is really great because it passes right through the city centre, seeing some of the more modern shops which are about, notably mile 12 being Mainsbury's, as students refer to the main Sainsbury's, before turning around back towards Jesus Green, cruelly showing us the finish line and then taking us through Jesus College, before bringing us back round to the very final line. And again, there's a live webcam so friends and family can watch you coming in, and that's me just to the right of those giant wobbling breasts. And it's actually really exciting to cross the finishing line, hear the announcer call your name. And once you do cross the finishing line, you have to keep moving, where you walk around to pick up your medal, pick up a goodie bag which has all sorts in it. And this is where I'll leave you with a few of my final thoughts. So I've just finished. You can see everyone else exiting there. Wow, I'm impressed with myself. I finished it in 2:23 I think. I think the first 10k was okay. The next 5k, I just kept thinking this is the hardest one, just get to the final 5k. But on that final 5k, it was hard. Like, I think I didn't have enough calories, like my vision got a bit funny. So there were some points where I kind of fast walked for 20 metres or so before starting. But what I tried to do was just pick someone who was going at a good speed and just try and stick with them for as long as I could. And made it. The final K was really hard because you come round, you can see the finish, you got to go through Jesus for like another 800 metres, which is hard.